I don't think K-dramas are exactly the land of healthy relationships. At least not the way they're advertised. Sure, things are changing, I'll give them that. But most of these relationships have some pretty awful implications once you actually stop and think about them. Take the classic boss and employee romance. I love them. They're fun, dramatic, full of tension. But if you actually consider the ethics, it's a mess. The problems get buried under swoony scenes, secret meetups, stolen kisses, and a few almost got caught moments. Cute, right? How about if we switch it up and the employee is not interested? But then what can usually the woman is the employee and the man is the rich CEO, do? Can she say no to her boss, the person who has the ability to fire her just because he feels like it? No. Have you seen dramas where the female lead isn't interested? Does the male lead give up? Of course not. He beats her into submission. Not literally. At least I hope not. But this isn't about the boss-employee dynamic. This is about a relationship that somehow manages to be even more disturbing. One wrapped up in healing metaphors and emotional growth speeches. A Shakespearean tragedy disguised as a fluffy K-drama romance. First up, we've got Jegal, a former national taekwondo athlete known for his hard work and so-called dorky charms. Apparently, I for one saw no charms. Just a grown man yelling and running around like a motivational speaker who missed his calling. Anyway, after being cheated out of a win at a major tournament, he does something. Don't ask me what. I'm not rewatching this thing to find out why he got banned. Let's just say he had his teenage depressive arc until he realized he could turn his sadness into a cash. Now he makes money talking to other people about their sadness. Mostly athletes. Then there's Cha Jae-yul, a former world-class short track speed skating gold medalist who's currently in a major slump. With her icy poker face, she's known as the Ice Princess, which is a stupid nickname because this isn't a Disney fairy tale. Anyway, she's burning out, stuck in her own head, and too proud or too broken to talk to anyone about it. Enter Jegal, the mental coach who's ready to save her. So how does this whirlwind romance begin? Well, like every single relationship between therapist and client, she is resistant. She doesn't see anything wrong. He is pushy, always showing up to help her, calls her kid, which isn't that the most romantic thing you have ever heard? Especially knowing eventually he is going to sleep with this person, his calling child. Just the stuff that dreams are made of. So, as the drama goes on, they get closer, talk about their issues. They cry together. There is so much crying. But as time goes on, it becomes clear that Ji-yul is trying to deal with her missing father, while Jegal arc revolved around. I'll give you a second to guess. That's right, himself. He sees saving Ji-yul as kinda like saving himself. He becomes the hero he wished he had when he was young. Which means in the end she falls in love with her father while he falls in love with himself. Which checks out the guy is a fucking narcissist. It's me with this guy. He's so smug and not the charming kind. You just want to push him off a building, which apparently is wrong. The drama tries to explain all the weird emotional mess by calling it transference. Apparently, transference happens when you start projecting feelings meant for someone from your past onto someone in your present. It's not intentional. It just happens when a new person reminds you, consciously or not, of someone important from your past. A parent, a teacher, a person who hurt you. In this case, for Ji-yul, it's her dead father. Here's how it works. If you grew up with a parent who was cold or distant, and now you meet someone older who shows you kindness, your brain might rewire that old emotional circuitry. Suddenly, you're attached, craving their approval, maybe even mistaking that care for love, when really, you're just responding to an old, unmet need. So you think, great, the drama is actually going to handle this situation like mature, realistic, and keeping with the psychological angle. But the writer said fuck that, have them make out. Or at least kiss like early Park Shin-hyo is kissing another early Park Shin-hye, which is moving on. They basically threw that out of the window and have them have mutual feelings. Personally, I don't think these two love each other. I think Ji-yul just wanted someone to be on her side no matter what. To be there for her. She didn't get that from her mother and brother, and her father was gone. She was struggling with no one to talk and help her through her troubles. She was vulnerable, so obviously the first person who tore down her walls is the person she imprinted on. While when it comes to Jegal, it's that he wants to be the hero he wished he had when he was young. So he's going to help this child grow and then sleep with her. He sees her as a younger version of himself. Do with that as you will. Which of course he does. Everything is about himself. As you might have suspected, I'm not the biggest fan of this character. Why? I have no idea, and after this video, there is no way I'm thinking about him again. The drama treats this ethically compromised, transference-driven dynamic as a sweeping romance, ignoring the fact that a mental coach is a person in a position of authority who should never enter a sexual or romantic relationship with a current or recent client. Alright, I've said my piece. I'm done. Catch you in the next one.